Mackenzie Lambert with Arkansas Herald. We're here live at the City Hall. As you know, forced annexation on the record today. They're turning in more petitions today. Apparently we had a little dispute over some of the signatures, including this young man right here. He's 101 years old, signed his name, but his signature wasn't counted. We're going to talk with Pastor Carney, who's going to tell us a little more about this story.
He signed it Guy Surratt like he always does, which is his name, but he left out his middle initial. And isn't it amazing that you'd think that somebody that lived at the same address, same birth date and everything would be kicked out? It's just kind of ludicrous that they would do something like that.
Exactly. 101 years, there's a first time for everything.
The methodology to appease and to kind of appease a few of the board members should never trump someone's right to vote.
Exactly. Exactly.
Everybody quiet. Lance, I want to introduce you to Mr. Guy Clarence Surratt. Mr. Surratt was born here in Hot Springs on 11/15 of 1950. That makes him 101 years old. Okay? He signed a petition that is perfect, even putting in the 7 on 2017, which you guys have been rejecting. He put his date in correct, 11/15/15, his birthday. He put his address, 1609 Hobson, correctly. He printed his name as best he can. He signed his name. You guys kicked it out for incomplete data. Now let me tell you what's incomplete. His middle name's missing. So I want you to tell Mr. Surratt why you rejected his signature when his clear intent was to support the people of Hot Springs trying to get a vote on this. Tell him why you rejected his signature.
Without looking at the petition itself, and me looking in the voter registration database, I mean, I'd have to look at both, but we can take this under advisement, Mr. Cooper, if you've got some additional ones.
I can show you how it is on the voter registration.
Okay.
Bob is the select.
And I can review them as well.
Yeah.
I will.
We'll give them a copy then.
Okay, we'll give you a copy.
All right. We will.
First off, before we turn in the petitions, Bob has done, Lance, an analysis of the rejections for Enclave C.
Okay.
And what we want to do is have Bob to give you basically a synopsis, and then we're going to hand you some written documentation. But the bottom line is this: we are demanding that the city add back in 234 rejected signatures, okay, for Enclave C. And we will give you the reasons why we think your rejection was invalid.
Okay, and Bob, you will submit that to me?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I want to tell you something here on the record. And I'm sorry if this is piled on Lance today.
Part of the process.
But you can handle it. You did explain to us that you don't have any known constitutional or legal authority for the rejections that you made. There is no ordinance, there's no referendum, there's no policy.
Correct.
That was, you told me, is the way you were trained.
Practice.
So, that is something that we're a little concerned about. Amendment 7 to the Constitution of Arkansas is relative to initiatives and referendums. And let me read you 2 paragraphs, maybe it's 1 paragraph. Form of referendum petition, sufficiency of signatures. So this has been addressed. Amendment 7, section 9, 105B says the following, quote, the information provided by the person on the petition may be used as evidence of the validity or invalidity of the signature. However, if a signature of a registered voter on the petition is sufficient to verify the voter's name, then it shall not be adjudged invalid for failure to sign the name or right to residence in city or town of residence, exactly as it appears on the voter registration records. For failure to print the name in the space provided, for failure to provide the correct date of birth, nor for failure to provide the correct date of signing the petition. All of that information being an aid to verification rather than a mandatory requirement to perfect the validity of the signature. There's you a copy of it.
Thank you.
Now, my comments are somewhat personal. Not only have the current city directors silenced our voices at board meetings, not only have they refused to allow our rights to vote on important issues such as annexing our property, they now have taken the extraordinary step of refusing to recognize legitimate registered voters their right even to sign a petition. It's painfully obvious that those checking to verify the petition signers were registered voters. If the signers were registered voters, were also instructed to reject every signature that was not perfect in every respect. That's obvious. This is a list that I'm giving you today of 234 legitimate voters who signed petitions asking that they be allowed to vote on annexation, and these people were denied that American right for the pettiest of reasons. For example, 36 people, like Mr. Surratt, didn't put down their middle name. 68 moved from another address, sometimes even in the same building. Some didn't list their middle initial. There were a couple of misspellings, 8 to be precise. 34 sevens missing on the very end of the petition where it said 2017. 21 one-digit errors, 4 two-digit errors. There were actually 9 that we found perfect in every respect. Perfect, yet they were rejected. Zip codes missing, there's several other things. Birth year left off, minor mismatches, first name not used. One fellow was rejected because he signed Bill instead of William. I signed Bob instead of Robert, by the way. 234 of them lapsed. So really, we've known for several years the Hot Springs City Board's out of control, and it seems to be following a carefully but illegally crafted agenda rather than representing their constituents. It's unfortunate. It is troubling and truly un-American when they trample the rights of someone like Mr. Surratt. This man he served our community for 101 years. Been here all that time. His only error was not signing his middle name. We don't have representative government here in Hot Springs, so but work that up to here with the corrupt officials in this town. Yes, Mr. Tripoli, I said corrupt. Here's your list.
Thank you, sir.
Tori, you want to deliver the petitions that we have today. We were 483 deficient on enclave C. We're delivering you triple that number. Now, surely, ladies, you're not going to disqualify 2/3 of those, are you?
We'll review them as Cliff, you have more. We'll review these as well.
We will have more on Monday just to be sure it's more than 3 times. Okay?
Understood.
I just want to know how you can disenfranchise all of Hot Springs. Not only have you taken the county's votes away, but you've taken the city people's votes away. There's, 4 or 5 of you that are making decisions for all of us. I think you need to really take a look at what you guys are doing. And this is not a dictatorship, man. I mean, you guys should be working for the city people, not for yourself. Please take a look at what you're doing. These people have been out here. We've had some in the hospital, double, triple cold here. Come on.
Pneumonia.
Do the right thing. Pneumonia. We've all been through it. We're all older people. And It's wrong what the city has done to us. And if you want the city to grow and be good, invite the people to help you do the right thing. Do the right thing and let the people have a choice in what they want to do, and they'll work with you rather than against you, because you've just got tons of enemies now in the city and the county. So please take a look at what you're doing.
Lance, if you would make and give me a stamped receipt as well.
I'll do that.
And you think you'll have them ready by today, the copies?
Yeah, we can start running now. We've got plenty of time.
What time do you think I should come back to get them?
You give us 2 hours. I think
2
we'll have
hours.
these done.
Okay, fine. Well, there's approximately 1,458 there. We counted them several times. We might be a little bit off.
Sure.
But if you would get us copies and give me and did you want to meet about something else? You mentioned to me on the phone that you wanted to.
Or no, I thought we were meeting to do these, but we've done it right out here.
Okay.
That's
Right.
fine.
All right, is it the city's position that the 10 days for Enclave C runs as of Monday? Is that correct?
Yeah, Monday close of business.
So if we get in more signatures by Monday, the close of business, you guys will count it.
Absolutely.
Our legal position is that notice does not run until the certified letter, return receipt requested, was received, which was Tuesday, which would give us till Thursday. So is it okay if we turn in petitions at the end of day Tuesday, end of day Wednesday, end of day Thursday to supplement?
Myself, I can't give you that assurance. I have to consult with our city attorney.
Yeah, because that's our legal position, and we need to support it with our facts, with additional signatures.
Okay.
So we would like to do it on a daily basis, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Is that right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we got to start back.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Can I just have one comment? In absence of a city ordinance or city policy, any written policy, state law is the one that takes precedence. So what document you read regarding petitions is what binds the city. And therefore, Mr. Brasher and the city management needs to comply with that policy, since they have no written policy of their own. And I would ask that the city work as hard to validate signatures as they have to invalidate signatures. Yeah, there you go.
For those of you who don't know, we got Enclave D's result back yesterday, and the result on Enclave C was a 40% rejection rate, 621. On Enclave D, my enclave, the rejection rate was 709 rejected. That's a rejection rate of 43%. Now the city says this is the way we've always done it. No, it isn't. Let me tell you why, Lance. The percentage of rejections on the city hall several years ago was 20%. The percentage of rejections on the water issue was 27%. The percentage of rejections on Enclave B was 33%. Then you upped it to 40% on Enclave C, and you've upped it to 43% on Enclave D. Is there not something wrong with this? Are you guys deliberately trying to invalidate signatures? Has someone told you to go overboard to invalidate these things?
No, but that's not the case.
Then why do we have 20% on the water just a few years ago and 43% on my enclave?
I mean, I understand your position, but
Yeah, but what's the answer? I mean, Lance, what could possibly be the answer unless the city is intent on invalidating as many as possible? That's the only logical answer to my question.
the process is not over with yet, but obviously.
And I hope you put those back in on C. We're going to submit to you a list that we will demand you put back in on D as well.
Okay.
But we're also going to overwhelm you with numbers again on D. Because, you know, we ought to be working together. You, the city, and us. We ought to be working together on this. This is the will of the people. The voters of your city are signing these petitions. These aren't county folks signing this. These are city voters. And, you know, if there is a doubt as to whether they're valid, you ought to resolve it in favor of approving them, not kicking them out. Because these people took their time in the cold and the rain to stop and sign to sign not once, but 2 signatures. Because the city did 2 of these things at once. Instead of putting it in one ordinance, so we have only 1 signature, you put it in 2 ordinances. You did it on December 20th, you know? So you burned half our 30 days with the holidays. There's nothing right about this, Lance. And you're a decent guy. I've told you, and I'll say this publicly, I say it every time I see Lance. If he were city manager, we probably wouldn't have any problems. I mean, I think very highly of Lance. And, you know, now having said that, there's some very strong forces on the board. And a city manager is only an employee of the board. But if anybody could do the right thing, this man is the one that will do the right thing, because he's a decent human being and he means well. And anything he's doing here, Lance, I don't hold you personally, because I know you're only doing what you're required to do.
But your city manager is not accountable to the people. Your city manager is accountable to 4 people on the board. That's it. Not even 7 people. He's accountable to 4.
Cliff, I appreciate the positive comments. I'm going to get
All right.
Mike this
All right, thank you, Lance. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Lance, are we ready to take our
This video is sponsored by H&H Bail Bonds. Find yourself in a pickle? H&H Bail Bonds is your new best friend. Located at 524 Washita Avenue, directly across the street from the courthouse. Call 501-321-1911. They're there to help you.